Hey guys, what's going on? Space Cowboy here. Welcome back to the channel with another video for you guys here today. If you haven't done so already, make sure to smash the like button because it helps the channel out in the algorithm a ton. Also, if you are new, I do highly recommend subscribing. Click that big red button so you don't miss out on new Dallas Cowboys content, and hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss it out when the actual content, comes out. And so I wanted to talk about Connor Williams. I wanted to have a more elaborate discussion. The reasoning why, it's a contract year. And I was looking on, Spot Track, and I saw a market value come up for him for $10 million. And I wanted to initiate the conversation of, is Connor Williams worthy of a second contract, and how has he progressed? So to start things off, okay, how do I currently feel about Connor Williams after doing an in-depth look through stats, research on film, things of that caliber? My current opinion is that he is a quality starting left guard that can get the job done, but in terms of his ceiling, I don't see him being like a all-pro, Pro Bowl caliber type of guy. I don't see that, right? And so, with that being said, does that mean that $10 million is the right price? Not necessarily. I'm of the firm belief that if he does his job well, and I doubt he's going to get paid, just so you know, because we all know Stephen Jones loves his precious cap space. I mean, if you feel like the guy's a good fit and you want him in the long term, I really don't care. The guy's, 24, 25, and even if you gave him a 5-year contract, he's still a young guy. So that's not an issue. But when we look at the overall progression of Connor Williams, so let's go ahead and let's go from year to year to kind of get to where we're at now and kind of get the full-on thought process of where I'm at. So when you looked at Connor Williams in his rookie year, he struggled at moments. He wasn't great. He was okay at times, but it's the first year. And not every player is going to be great in their first year, right? It's just, it doesn't happen from time to time. It doesn't happen all the time. It happens from time to time, I should say. But you look at his statistics. He played 64% of all the offensive snaps for the Cowboys in 2018, and that was a total of 688. He had 5 penalties, and he allowed 5 sacks according to some of these metrics. And I use these metrics with a grain of salt, and I kind of looked through it, and it was really more like 4. Maybe you can argue 5. But getting back to the whole thing, that's still like, okay, so second round guy, first year, it's kind of like, okay, we need to see how he goes into next year, right? So you go into 2019. He played more offensive snaps, and sure, he was not in. I mean, you go from starting in 10 games to 11, but you get hurt. So 727 snaps now. He had an increase in 1 penalty, so he went from 5 to 6, which isn't good. You need the. I feel like if you're under 5, that's doable, but you really, I would say under 3 is optimal. But he only allowed 1 sack, apparently. But I had to kind of look through to kind of see when that happened. I don't remember the game it happened in off the top of my head, but based off of when I recall looking back, it was kind of hard because, like, you looked at the plays that he was involved with, and it's like you never saw a situation where, like, you saw moments where, like, he struggled. And this is not including the run game. So before you go in the comment section and be like, oh, Space Cowboys using these stats and etc. Listen, if you look at also how he did in the run game, there were moments where he did well. There were moments where, I know that sounds very basic to say, but again, it was like he improved, but very minuscule compared to the previous year. But then you get to 2020, and now this was where things get interesting because Connor Williams, we were like, oh no, he might get injury prone type of thing. He played all of the snaps. He played all 1,146 offensive snaps that the Cowboys had, and he decreased his penalties in a larger sample size, so he went from 6 to 4, which is fantastic. Considering the amount of plays that you have. Again, I would still prefer less than 3. Sacks wise, he allowed 4 according to this, and there were really like 2 times that I saw, maybe 3. So it's kind of hard, and you're wondering what I'm like. I've been looking around. I looked at Pro Football. I hate them, but I tried to cross compare that with other, statistics and stuff like that from various websites, and they've kind of all been in the same number, but really it's subjective. Like sacks allowed is more or less subjective, so I don't take that with a grain, the fullest of like gospel. So I don't want you to insinuate that's what I'm getting at here. And I really don't care where Pro Football Focus grades him, because that doesn't matter to me. But like, being completely fair, Connor did have a pretty good year, all things considered, with 2020. He was the best lineman that the Cowboys had last year. And that's not crazy to say. I mean, other than Zach Martin. So don't go in the comment section and kill me. You know what I mean? Like, with Zach getting hurt and stuff like that. Like, he was one of the best linemen the Cowboys had this year. And, again, don't go in the comment section and kill me for what I said. Misspoke. But, does this mean that Connor Williams is worthy of a second contract? I'm still in wait-and-see mode. If the Cowboys get him at the right price, and I'm not using this Stephen Jones bullshit to give you this answer, I'm being completely honest with you. If you, given the cap space and stuff like that, and I don't believe in cap hell, that's a load of malarkey. I just need to see one more year. I need another. I would rather wait and pay him. Unless you're gonna be if you told me, Space, if you could pay Connor Williams however much money, how much would you pay him? Now, in retrospect, to compare to other guards that are of his caliber, they're around $8 to $11 million. Okay, and you might be saying, "Holy crap, that is ridiculous for someone like Connor Williams." That's just how the market is. That's just the truth of the matter. And so, if you told me between $8 to $10 million and you keep him, I wouldn't see an issue with it, but I need to see similar results in 2021 before I can say, let's bring him back. I'm not fully sold on him. And honestly, knowing the Cowboys, they're going to let him walk. If you're not going to get a team-friendly deal, you're not going to be here. And odds are that's what's going to happen. The Cowboys are going to flip him for a 4th or 3rd round compensation pick if someone's that desperate for a guard. But I still feel like Connor is more suited to play tackle. I don't think that's an issue. But I will give the Cowboys credit here. They stuck him at guard, and he's been playing at guard, and I don't have an issue with that. Same thing with Lyle, Yeah, they played him at guard, but they stuck him here. They weren't moving him around type crap. But yeah, I personally think that Connor Williams could be deserving of a second contract if he can prove it in his contract year. There are a lot of guys coming up, and the Cowboys might end up, it might end up being him, Michael Gallup, and we'll see. The Cowboys. This is what you kind of strive to do, is you get these guys in the 2nd and 3rd round, and they become quality starters for you, or okay to quality starters for you. Hopefully, you land a superstar if you're lucky, for 4 years. and then either you bring them back or you just let them go and you get a comp pick. And this is how you build a proper roster around a quarterback that's making a ton of money. You get players like Connor Williams, along with, the other star players, and you're good to go. So I don't want to go on forever, and I'll end it here. I want to give a huge shout out to all my members. If you haven't done so, and you were thinking about supporting the channel even further, whether it be through Super Chat or something of that caliber, we do have the channel memberships, and they basically are like a monthly Super Chat kind of thing. So if you want to continue to support the channel and you want to start supporting the channel even more, feel free to do that, But yeah, with that being said, guys, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and yeah, down in the comment section below, tell me, do you think Connor Williams is deserving of a second contract? I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye.